I want it.
You really, really, really want it?
Yes, I really want it.
Brady, it's time now for you, my friend, to give us all the news only you know. We call it the Brady Report. Inform us, Brady. Report it.
Good Thursday morning to you, Phoenix. Hello, world.
Hi.
According to this survey, 47% of the people say they're currently living the dream at their job. Almost half.
40% are living the dream.
Yep.
Like in a sarcastic way, or like, are you living the dream? Yeah, I'm living the dream.
They're at their dream job. 65% of the people say they look forward to going into the office each day.
That's not bad.
70% say they're valued at work.
70% say that?
Yeah.
Wow. 50% of them are wrong.
Delusional.
The
Keep saying that.
5 most popular unisex names in U.S. history.
Pat?
I thought Pat would be there.
That's not there?
No, it's not.
Ryan? No, probably too recent.
Their names that
You say of all time?
in U.S. history.
Francis?
You got Jesse,
Jesse, that's a good one, yeah.
Marion,
Marion? I only know one man named Marion. It was John Wayne.
Marion Barry,
Oh, I guess that's true. I don't look at him that way.
Jackie,
Yeah, okay.
Alva,
Wow.
and Ollie.
These are going way back when everybody
Ollie.
didn't have any choices, evidently, in names. What
And that
woman
could
was
have
ever
been
named Ollie? You're a woman named Ollie. Guess what? You were a lesbian in the 16th century.
From Olive. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, but still, Brady.
Ophelia. I don't know if they would go
Please
Olive.
stop.
No.
They call her
Olive.
Offie or
Yeah. Ophi.
Ophi. I think Ollie comes from people just being like, that's a dyke. Ollie. You know it as a
Olivia.
baby? That's an Ollie. Maybe Olivia, but you're still... If your name is Olivia and you've got such a beautiful name like Olivia, you'd tell people not to call you Ollie.
And that would be more of a nickname. So I think
yeah,
that,
these are official names.
right. And this probably went through, a hot decade or two in the early 1900s where
Yeah, and that's why Pat isn't on there, because it's either Patricia or Patrick. So officially, they're not names, but you call people Pat. But Ollie, my grandma's name was Ollie. Your grandma's a dude? Oh, yeah.
Zeus just did a survey for Oktoberfest to see what your favorite type of beer says about your sex life.
Just thought of this. No way Ollie ever had grandkids. Lesbian, 16th century kid, go making kids. They weren't
Right.
they weren't letting her adopt.
They're not
So,
passing that name down.
so Ollie never moved forward. You never had to worry about your grandma being a lesbian named Ollie, because she couldn't have kids back then. She was probably stoned to death by the time she was 14, Ollie.
Yeah, but again, you said 16th century. This is U.S., so it's
All right,
in
either
the
way.
past.
It had to carry over somewhere. We didn't just all of a sudden start coming up with Ollie on our own.
Right, but there must have been a heavy wave of it in the
Of a
States.
lot of Ollies early on.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. All right, 18th century. I'll give you that.
That's what I'm figuring. I mean, because those are kind of older names.
Ollie. I don't know anyone in history named Ollie. Any one woman. Of course, then again, women in history kind of ignored back in the day because they weren't allowed to do stuff.
I can't think of any Ollies.
But you'd think one, if it was that popular, it still stands.
Male Ollie, one thing, but a female.
Yeah, there's Olivers. They're all over. Ollies and whatever. Even if you called the guy Ollie as his real name. Ollie's a dude name or a lesbian name.
It's a skateboarding trick is the first
Yeah,
search
Ollie.
on
Yeah. You do the Ollies. Dude, soul grind into an Ollie? Forget it.
So here's what your beer says about your sex life. Domestic beer drinkers are more likely to be looking for someone to marry. They also tend to be traditional and don't like public displays of affection.
Domestic beer drinkers. People
Yeah.
who drink Budweiser.
Microbrew fans have had more one-night stands than any other type of beer drinker. 74% say they've had at least one of them. 54% said in a perfect world, they'd have sex every day.
Microbrew people.
Yeah. People who prefer the imported beers are more likely to still be virgins.
I don't even know
but
what...
it's just 4% of them.
I don't even know what that is, like a microbrew. If I like an IPA that's made in Poway, California, is that a microbrew?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is?
That's a craft Yeah,
But that's the
small
funny
craft
thing, like-
beers.
Is that all it means? Is
Like
that it's
Fat
just small?
Tire is still considered a micro beer. It's national.
Yeah, and it's domestic.
And they
right?
might have moved out of
That's
that
the point,
category.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's domestic and it's microbrew.
So what are you? If I enjoy Green Flash, which I do,
Microbrew.
that's a microbrew. Is it just because it's a smaller company?
Yes.
That's it? I thought it had something to do with the way they brewed it.
No. Smaller.
Oh. Well, that's
batches.
dumb. So it's just a small domestic beer.
Santan Brewery, microbrew.
And that's all it is, just a tiny brewery. Thought they had something to do with the molecules.
92% of light beer drinkers are willing to date someone with kids. And people who opt for the low-calorie beers are the most prone to long-term relationships. 75% have been in at least one of them.
Megan, she likes that low-calorie ultra.
No, she likes both.
Oh,
she
she
goes,
does?
yeah, she likes the ultra for if that's what they've got. But when she goes to drink, she likes the beers for whatever reason. She doesn't even realize she's doing it. The 11%ers. We go to the attic. That place has loads of different
That's
beers.
right,
She'll
on that
guzzle those
crab
11%. But Megan, that beer is the strongest one on the list. You're going to drop dead.
I'll be fine. It's only my second. Blah! Oh no! Blah! It's happening. Blah!
She goes from 0 to street whore drunk in beer and a half.
It's funny.
It's not, Brady. You think it's funny because you get to leave.
Yes.
It's hilarious
Yeah, yeah.
to us.
I don't feel good.
I know. It's because you were drinking.
I think I have the flu.
No, you drank.
No, I didn't have blah that much. Blah!
I'm not helping you because I told you not to order the 11%er.
It's because of that food we ate.
No, it has nothing to do with it. She never admits that she's drunk. She can stagger around. Of course, the other day she did. She was at the football thing Sunday, and we're all sitting there and sitting with buddy Kevin's next to me, and Megan comes out. The first quarter, about 8 minutes in, she's had a Cosmo with Tracy Vesley, Brett's wife.
Uh-oh.
Has the Cosmo and turns and goes,
I'm drunk.
and Kevin goes, all right, this is going to be a long game. We are 5 minutes into the first quarter. And then Kevin said, I need to join her because it was 17-0. Yeah, she gets drunk easy, which is great for me because I get more attractive the more and that's necessary.
According to this poll, here are the 7 things we refuse to give up, regardless of our financial situation.
Okay. My house.
Internet connection.
Oh. My
This
house
is in
is
order.
first on the list.
Right. For
Right.
some people, their car. The internet was 55%. Car was 40%. Their pets, 36%.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
forgot about
Their
that.
smartphone, 29%.
Wasn't even an option. Pets isn't even an option. You got pets, you keep pets. That's your responsibility.
Cable TV, 24%. Traveling, 10%. Going out to eat, 9%.
Isn't that another funny thing? Like, let's say Toledo, you
So
had
the house is nowhere
house,
on
well, I
this.
guess you'd give it up and go to a smaller thing.
Right.
But like with kids, you hang on to those. No matter how awful it is, you can't feed them whatever else.
Right.
But with a dog, you'd part with it to give it a better life because you know you can't take care of it anymore. Shouldn't it be the other way?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be willing to go, if I love this much, I can't feed it anymore. I have no chance. I'm going to give it away for a little bit. Hang on to my.
Suck,
But people
but yeah.
won't do that to their kids. The state has to come get them. You'd think it would be the other way. It's the same way with like euthanasia. It's like if I had kids, it would be like, and I've just gone to hell in a handbag. I'm not going to drag them along with me on my tour of death.
And, well, the rooted reason is much different. I mean,
Well-
if there's a different link, obviously, with
Sure.
a kid and a.
But I'm
and
just saying,
the
you'd
maternal
think-
side of it.
You'd think in your head, you'd be like, I have to do anything,
You
not
think in
selfish.
your head you would
To make
give
this-
up the cable rather than feed the kids.
Sure.
I mean, look at how many are down
Right.
the line that
Yeah,
are saying,
then kids, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're in dire straits and you can't feed anybody, giving your kids up would be like the most honorable thing in the world. But we look at it as something else. Oh, you just no. It would be like, but no, because giving your dog away would be like, well, I can't feed him anymore. You had to do the right thing.
This
But
is,
people just won't part with it. They'll be selfish as hell. Oh, it's a love. I have to keep it, and it's not eating or anything. And we're living in an overpass. There's options, but I'm not going to take them.
It's more important to have our bond.
Yeah, no, you're wrecking it.
get ready for the body bags here, Phoenix.
Uh-oh.
Crocodile has hit the valley. It's a dedeadly drug out of Russia, and
Here it
now
comes.
it's here in the valley. 12 years. This guy's been doing research, but the crocodile, hopefully I'm saying it right, is a deadly flesh-eating drug, and they've discovered it here in the valley. It started
Flesh-eating
tapping.
drug?
It's very similar to. It's an easy mix. It's a
What's the
mixture
recipe,
of,
Brady?
You ready? Okay.
Let me get my pen out.
A mixture of codeine, red phosphorus, iodine, and paint thinner.
How do I get red phosphorus? I'm Googling it.
Users of the drug
From
see
Lydia.
their skin turn green, bumpy, and scaly. But man, is it a great
Codeine, red phosphorus. Go on.
iodine and paint thinner.
In any particular mix.
It's similar to meth.
And
Cook with a hot pan.
I take this, and it eats my skin away.
Only
but
takes 30 minutes to cook. Yeah, it's a 30-minute high.
Is it the same lie that they say about meth, that the second you take it, you develop lesions, lose 185 pounds, and or you become one of the posters?
I
Or is
think
this
meth
immediate?
would be the Girl Scout in the mix between this. This starts eating flesh away.
Like right away.
What the guy says, what I see, the flesh-eating wounds, not right away. I
Yeah.
think it'd have to be
So much like meth, it's
but
about
a shorter,
consumption.
right? But I think it kicks in a shorter amount of
It's-
time
right.
than it did with meth,
So stick with meth is what you're saying.
for sure.
Right, yeah. If you're a methy and you're like, look, I'm looking to advance to a new... No. This one's got faster meth reaction time. I met a friend of mine who was on meth for 7 years, and I didn't know it. Still big and fat, still had, all his hair. He looked normal. And he's like, nah, you'd have never known. He goes, all my friends were on it. We all looked normal. He said, the posters are lies. He said, don't trust anybody. You can't point out a meth head the same way you can't point out a criminal just by looking.
Or is this a smear campaign by the meth folks?
Yeah.
Crocodiles coming in on their territory.
Maybe Crocodile's a bad mother, and it doesn't have any side effects, and the meth people are like, our business is going to crap. I don't have any red phosphorus. All I have is a bunch of Dimetap. I can't make Crocodile. Immediately call the PR team and get the bad word out on Crocodile. But meth heads, again, stick with your product. Dance with the girl that brung you.
Brings you all your dreams.
Yeah, exactly. You might not have lesions yet, and in moderation, it's just a good, fun, 5-day high.
Why physically harm yourself? More
Brady.
if that's just if
You're asking
destroying
questions of
dreams
logic.
and stuff.
please.
At least teeth you can deal without. having-
Question with logic. You're playing around with that. Screw logic. You're talking to meth heads right now. Pull some copper wire on meth. Don't go into the crocodile and go nuts. You'll get electrocuted. This stuff's powerful, strong. Meth heads, stay off the crocodile. See, the more I say it, the more meth heads will want it, and the faster they'll go away. We know what we need to do is lace all the meth with something that kills them all.
Crocodile.
Crocodile is a great invention because meth heads, it's time to go.
Make it blue.
Boy, would you
Capitalize
be
on Breaking
surprised?
Bad.
I never thought they were doing meth.
And they're just we'd be shocked how many
The
people
body's dropping.
if you just laced it, if the government did the right thing with the drug war and actually fought the war by lacing all the bad drugs they're really, quote, serious about getting rid of, they'd lace it with poison, and they'd kill off half the drug addicts and say, guys, this is the risk you take. They're almost all laced, terrible stuff. And then people
Could you
would
imagine
second
how
guess it.
floored you'd be? Like,
Oh,
you're an idiot.
Yeah.
People like Dr. Phil, you'd never think that.
Yeah, he's methed out of his
Pat
brain.
Robertson.
I'm fine with it. I have no issue with that. If you want to do that to yourself, that's fine. Half of it is laced with terrible cyanide. The other half is it's a crapshoot. Go nuts, have fun with it. But I'm tired of saying that there's a drug war everybody's got to pay for, and nobody's dying from it unless they take all these drugs that we keep managing to miss through the borders. There's something more to it we don't know. Lace all the drugs, especially the stuff I got to buy for Eric here this week.
This happened in New Orleans. Clarice Jones and Olivia Ollie Jones
Ooh, Clarissa?
and Paul McKell were all arrested. They broke into the St. Tammany Church, stole some items, had a little garage sale. The problem is they only lived about 5 houses down from the church.
And the church wanted some stuff because they noticed it was missing, so they were checking out garage sales. Full
Yeah.
circle.
And there they are.
How do you break into a church, Brady? Aren't the doors always open?
Yeah, they really... Well, you can... certain doors are locked, like back in where maybe you're keeping supplies for the altar.
You know what? Here's what I'm thinking churches should do.
There's some nice frocks back there.
If you're
I mean, if you had a nice... You broke in and all of a sudden you're like, wow, 40 chorus or choir outfits?
Sure, you want that.
Those are locked up.
You
probably.
and Queen Latifah are doing Joyful Noise too, and you need a wardrobe. Here's the thing I'm saying, and it never dawned on me. A church with locks is a church you shouldn't go to. They're asking you to have faith, and yet they lock up their stuff.
The chapel and stuff is always unlocked.
But where the stuff is, they
where
lock
people
it.
live.
Yeah. But they're saying have faith
You know why?
in humanity, have faith in mankind, lock your doors.
Yeah, you could maybe live on, but some of the stuff, I don't know. There's probably locks on pretty much every church.
A real man of faith doesn't lock the doors.
It's the house of God.
Very true.
Yeah. A real man of faith hey, if it's supposed to happen, they're going to come in here and break in.
Exactly.
It's God's plan. I'll be here to try to talk them out of it. Doors are always open.
It's
I have
It's a
faith.
tough leap of faith for sure.
Yeah, to not lock
Because after
people
you
out.
get cleaned out so many times and every time,
Right.
you just don't, I'm
You
going to keep it open.
And I'm going
But
to keep
then,
telling everybody to have faith, but I'm locking this stuff up because.
But here's the problem
I don't
with
trust
that.
you guys.
Not only that,
I've hoarded a lot of stuff.
but
It
you know
is.
how people, you want to attract people to your
Sure.
place. But now your place is basically just an open shell.
But this is what the assumption
because
is.
it's been looted.
Here's
so
the
many times.
assumption: have faith, believe in man, do all this.
The
but
people
if I don't,
will come.
If I don't lock the doors, I can't keep any cool stuff because people are awful.
Exactly. I can't
This place
keep
will be
the stuff to
looted
show
over and
off,
over and
yeah.
over and
Right.
over again. So, but please believe in mankind. Please believe in faith and all that. I got to lock up.
And
I never
think
thought of
you're right.
that. Go to a church. A church that would attract me is a church that doesn't have doors. You want it? Here it is.
Well, you got to have doors just for the energy side of it. But then again, you could say, hey, faith is, I don't care if it's a $5,000 bill for utilities. God will provide.
Somebody's going to cover that.
And
I
some
have
churches
faith.
do.
I know. I have faith, but I also have to go to the Home Depot and get a new deadbolt. I can't join those.
Right.
My brain won't do it. It doesn't make sense. Cornerstone can't have locks and chains. I like that when you see chains. St. Tim's used to have chains on the doors.
It changes so much. It makes it difficult because you really would say that, but they have a coffee shop in there, a merchandising
Sure.
store that you just man, if that got
Look, I get why they have
looted
locks.
every time.
I have locks. I understand why they have locks because the whole thing's horse and people are awful and they steal your stuff. That's why we put locks on everything. You lock up your bike, you lock up your car, you lock up your house. Church has locks. I never thought of it before. So even the priests know that's horse out there. Those people are miserable. Got to lock up everything. They'll steal my choir robes.
little photo of the day. You saw this. The guy from China, it's been circulating around, lost his nose, and he's regrowing a new one on his forehead.
Have you seen this thing? I thought it was
beautiful.
a photoshopped pig face,
What?
man. They grew a nose on his
Oh
head.
my God, I gotta get the big picture of that.
It's legit.
And from,
Remember
when
growing-
you're looking down at it, you're like, man, John Gosling is having a rough go of it.
It is kind of. Was it in China?
Yeah.
That's the only place this would be allowed. How do you agree to that?
And why is it positioned that way?
And in China, all their noses are really small and flat anyway. How would you even know if you had your nose chopped off a little bit? And there's no Chinese Carl Malden or big nose Chinaman. So they do this. Remember when they were growing ears on lab rats? Remember the weirdness of that and everything? And then now they're doing it to people in China.
They have it positioned where he could put a nice thick feather in the side of his head.
Right.
Oh my God.
It's like a little vase.
Yeah.
He's like
He could put some flowers in there.
he's like a
maybe.
little Chinese Volkswagen Beetle.
Wow. That is oddly horrifying.
It is literally a nose on a 45-degree angle, nostrils up towards the hairline,
But think about
starting
that.
at the eyebrow, growing on his face to replace the nose that was bumped. And now it's about ready. I think it's ready to be harvested and
Yeah,
put
how
on
do you
where
know
it
when
goes.
it's done?
Why not
That
grow
looks
it over
pretty
his
done there.
But why not grow it over his
That's what I mean.
nose?
I like the
Yeah.
I like the other
What's
thing
wrong
I
with
like
the
about the
skin there?
design there is the nose is on the side of the head, and I'm thinking just swimming.
Yeah.
You could actually snorkel.
Snorkeling. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
A
think
little
it's- I don't
bit.
think it's actually hooked up.
But you could, I know if it was.
I don't think the
but
plumbing's actually.
Just wondering if we had a design.
But why not
So now he's
grow the
gonna have
nose?
a giant scar on his forehead.
Yeah, well, that's all right. It's better. You got a nose. Why not grow the nose on the nose, and then as it develops, you kind of carve them into each other?
That's a good
There's got to be something about
Your nose
growing
skin?
out of the nose skin, because look how many people, like I remember my dad had a chunk taken out of his nose, and
Yeah.
it takes forever to.
Right. You know what else?
Got it.
Yeah,
Chunk-
I wonder
chunk taken out.
is if the doctors don't know.
Ah.
Like they give you the stuff that makes a nose grow, and they're like, this could show up anywhere. Eventually,
Oh,
you're
so
going to
it's
start
like a
growing a
pill?
nose. Yeah, you're going to start growing a nose somewhere on your body.
Doc, I got it on my ass.
Because, well, I'm sorry. Things are going to be rough for the next month or so. You're going to be noticing a lot of smells that frankly, your wife, the reason she won't go down on you is, this is
Now
good for you.
know.
This is good
Now
for you.
know.
Yeah,
This-
I just can't imagine that. I mean, it's great for people who've been burned or in accidents and stuff like that, but is it? And is there going to be a job? There's going to be an industry when this takes off, like say burn victims who want their parts back.
Yeah.
Can't grow it on their face, so they'll be surrogates. Like Toledo would do it. Toledo,
yeah.
you're growing whatever that is
Hell
in your
yeah.
own. You grow something on your forehead or
I
on your
have proven I can grow things on my body.
without trying. It just starts to grow. So you would do it
Hell yeah.
as a donor.
Sure, why
You'd
not?
grow a nose on your head.
Not on my head.
You
I
got
got
no
the
choice.
space.
You got.
Hey, if the
you could
money's
grow 12
right.
of them. Yeah, for like $4,000, you got to grow a nose for Brady.
Or what kind of
Little
time
heavier?
commitment am I looking
2
at?
months.
2 months for 4
No
grand?
repercussions. No medical visits. Nothing really bad. You grow a nose on your face for Brady
Double that and I'll do it.
for $8,000.
Sure.
Okay, we have a deal. Boy, that's an awesome technology.
John, cut my nose
Yeah,
off.
exactly. Let's see if we can do this. Chinese medicine.
On Monday night, this 71-year-old woman in Bakersfield, California, Pauline Larwood, she was out to dinner with friends and she started choking. Someone gave her the Heimlich, but it didn't work. She passed out.
Yikes.
Fortunately for her, there's a medical conference going on in town, so the restaurant was filled with a bunch of doctors.
Drunk ones.
One of them was Dr. Royce Johnson, who knew exactly what to do. He calmly told everyone, anyone got a pocket knife?
I've seen Dr.
that?
Johnson's movies, Brady.
Yeah.
This is not a real doctor.
Someone handed him their pocket knife. Then he called for a pen, performed an emergency tracheotomy on her,
That's pretty cool.
He's not a doctor, but
using the pen for the breathing tube. And
stayed at a Holiday Inn Express.
Did
Another
somebody
doctor?
call for Dr. Johnson? Oh, yeah.
you might feel a huge prick here.
You're going to feel a massive prick in your ass. Get this guy out of me.
Saved
Dr.
her
Johnson
life.
saved another life. Oh, yeah. I can't believe you just raped the life back into me. I kind of owe you, but I also hate you. Why didn't you just let me die? I mean, you said he was a doctor. Dr. Johnson. Like you're going to feel a huge prick in your ass. It worked, and I'm miserable. I never loved my father.
Not bleeding in the head or throat,
Another
but my butt.
another successful
My
surgery
ass.
from old Doc Johnson. Dr. Rod Johnson. He's just got the coat on. That's it.
Dr. Hugh Johnson. Patricia Ritz, 67 years old, lives in Fordsville, Kentucky. And she's your local Kentucky animal hoarder,
Oh, boy.
convicted animal abuser. For the past 25 years, she's hoarded dozens of dogs, most of whom were malnourished and abused. But at some point earlier this month, she died from an unknown illness. She died at home.
Poop in the air.
That's when her dogs finally got the ultimate revenge.
They ate her. Good for them.
Ate her up.
That'll
Neighbors
happen.
finally reported that they hadn't seen her. Police checked out her house. They found about 50 dogs, all with cigarettes in their mouth. And they just found nothing but bones.
Yep. I've always said it. Hoarder or old people chow is a dog's favorite food. Cats, too. Cats can't wait for their elderly owners to die. They eat them the first day.
This will put
Elderly
you in
chow. Chunk up your old person today and give it to a cat and watch how fast they eat that.
This will put you in the Halloween spirit. People are already starting to put up the Halloween decorations. Sunday, this happened. 16-year-old Jordan Morian, Louisville, Kentucky. He was hanging Halloween decorations in his family's yard. Decided to play a little prank on his younger sister. He put a noose decoration, slipped it onto his neck, and then when his sister came outside seeing him hanging, problem is the noose around the neck clinched a little too tight.
Dope.
Cut off the oxygen. He passes out. After about 30 seconds, he went unconscious. His sister and mother tried to get him down. Too late. Was taken to the hospital in a coma. Died 12 hours later.
Wow.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
No kidding. Every year we have another story where somebody's hung himself for a Halloween decoration. The dude that sat in his yard for 3 days hung in that tree, remember?
They thought it was part of
Thought it was part of the decorations,
display.
and he was a dead body. The real deal.
If you want to, before you decide to sex somebody, there's a website that you can submit a picture of your junk for a critique before you sext it.
Is this good enough?
Yeah. Critique my Rick pic.
Critique my Rick pic. I'm going to have to do that.
It's pretty close. We lost Papa Smurf. I don't know if you saw
I heard
this
about
yesterday.
this, yeah.
Gargamel or no?
Wait till you see the picture, Toledo. Paul Carrison is his name, 62 years old. He was known as the Blue Man. The Blue Man had a heart attack and a
Yeah. He had all
stroke.
sorts of medical problems.
He did, and there's an argument. He basically turned blue. I mean, really blue 15 years
Smurf
ago.
blue, yeah.
He began using a special silver-based preparation to treat a skin condition. He was kind of light blue to begin with.
Right.
Had a little.
His wife said he was always kind of blue, like a little blue, a tinge of blue, and then he started drinking colloidal silver.
All right, I got to get the.
Well, it was
real picture.
and so that was in there for sure.
Which used to be the old-timey remedies for all sorts of illnesses. They'd make you drink liquid silver.
Yeah.
And then it's supposed to be great for you, except it can destroy your insides. And, they say it's a cure for, like, tons of stuff, but it's dangerous. It's like drinking mercury.
And I guess he's not the only blue person around, but this is the first time I really knew a Blue Man.
Yeah, he's really blue. He looks like Papa Smurf. And then he went off and grew that gray beard like a moron to look more like Papa Smurf. I saw a special on a group of people in the Appalachians somewhere, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Kentucky, something like that. And they are a group of blue people.
Their Blue Man group?
Yeah, kind of, except for that might be where the Blue Man Group got its idea, because the special was probably in the 80s. And it's been passed down from generations. This French guy came over. He had this weird disease, and it was a disorder.
Like with the pigment or something?
He was just blue, and he passed this recessive gene on and on and on. And there's like 10 or 15 of them. I don't know if they're still there, and they're all kind of blue.
So there's a group of bloogers running around the backwoods of Kentucky somewhere?
Bluegrass of Kentucky. That's what they thought. If we eat more of this, we'll
go.
get bluer.
Wow, he is.
I think it is Kentucky,
That is
actually.
blue.
He's blue. This dude is royal blue.
Yeah. It looks like violet.
And he didn't even, you're turning violet. He was told by a friend he was blue. He didn't ever know it.
Wow.
He's like,
Colorblind,
what? He's like,
too.
dude, what's all over your face? I said, I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll end it with some Wild World.
All right, let's do it. Go.
Hello, my friends. I'm Brady Bogan, and this is your Wild Wild World. The first story is about the safari park in England called the Chessington World of Adventures Resort. They just banned people from wearing animal print clothing so the animals don't get confused and try to hump them or kill them.
Or special nighttime tours where you wear only animal print clothing for that
Yes,
very
please.
same reason.
Spokeswoman from the park says, let visitors, they get so close to the wild animals that if someone wears the same pattern, the animal's coat, back doors open.
Wow. Well, how about
the
pants?
animals are getting confused when they see what, a zebra or a giraffe is driving the truck. Like,
Well,
oh,
I guess we'll cancel Wet Wet's rhino coat then. She was kind of hoping for that big wang coming at her.
I would say that would probably be the safest one to wear. If you're
The
wearing
rhino?
if you're wearing a pachyderm pattern, because it's
Oh my, I disagree. Have you seen the just in case, Brady? You don't want to take a chance on that. Not the safest. The safest would be wear a muskrat coat. That's okay if they decide to try to bang you. That's fine. Something little.
you're not going to find it. I don't think you'll find a muskrat.
A
over there.
shrew coat. I'll wear little animal coats to that zoo, but I'm not going to go take my chances. Say rhino's my best bet.
You'll turn into more of you'll have a better shot at being eaten with the shrew and muskrat if you're going into.
Okay. They're not saying anything about
Wait a
that.
minute. The animals
That's what
are
they're
so
saying. Not
dumb.
only the sex.
Yeah.
The
That's
animals
not
are-
a dumb animal.
No, it's a
Yeah,
dumb
come
zoo.
on
Then
now.
it's a really dumb zoo if
Yeah,
there's a risk of
if
being
they're
eaten.
letting people wear.
Right.
I
Well,
get
not even that. There's a risk of the animals actually eating you depending on
Yeah,
your wardrobe.
exactly.
That's bad zoo.
Exactly.
That's a bad
those
zoo.
animals are mistreated. They're looking for
Yeah.
a way
If the
out.
zookeeper can tell you, hey, this probably isn't going to fly because there's like zero security between us and the animals at all here, so probably take off the zebra thing because the lions will get
But
confused.
what I'm curious about is who got humped there.
Yeah.
To put this.
That's the
to
thing.
implement
One
this,
woman, one fat pig of a woman in a zebra
Policy.
shirt.
Nobody should be allowed to wear these zebra outfits. If I'm gonna get humped, that's dangerous.
Well, ma'am, you're the size of a small horse, so
That woman was wearing a jaguar outfit.
It's not the size of me; it's the size of my shirt. Ban it.
and you got to ban it because one fat lady got humped
She
by
probably
a zebra.
had a bunch of salt in the back pockets.
No.
Like that's
A woman-
wasn't
a-
in her back pocket.
Look, women who wear animal print colors anyway are usually the size of a small pony. So they look like prey or sexual creatures to the animals they're dressed like. It makes sense.
Couple of
I don't think I'm going to get humped at
No,
the zoo if I wear a
because-
leopard skin shirt
I understand
No,
why the
by humans or
surfers-
anybody.
Yeah.
let alone getting that close to the wildlife safari. Okay, the leopard is in here somewhere. Just walk around its pen. They don't.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not going to happen.
Once again, a fat Linda ruins it for the rest of us.
Exactly. Because you understand why the surfer gets eaten by a shark in a wetsuit. Because he looks like a seal.
Right.
That's the closest thing. But
Right.
in the
It's an
zoo-
eating machine also,
on,
and
yeah.
it's also not in a cage. If you're going through a zoo with no cage that is worried about what you have on because the
Doesn't
animals
matter- no.
are unpredictable,
doesn't matter what you're wearing.
it's not
at
a
that
zoo.
point.
That's Africa.
Yeah.
It is not a zoo anymore if you have to be worried about being eaten. The whole point of the zoo is see them with the safety of being,
Tickets to this place just are
Yeah.
going through the roof now. Danger.
and everybody's got leopards on. I'm going to get laid.
This happened in Virginia Beach. This guy rescued a seagull that was caught up on a power line. It's hanging pretty good. The dude's on a helicopter on a platform. They bring him in there. It's a little radio video. We'll post
Wow.
it. Puts the bird in the bucket. They say
Yeah.
that the seagull is being nursed back to health, but its wing was pretty hammered.
I'm all for
He put one piece on the platform, and then, I mean, it could be. I mean, it's alive when he brought it down.
I'm all
so
for
that's
helping
good.
animals out and stuff. But seagulls?
The other radio video is gold. Also, wild action. Sabrina Rodriguez was reporting live from the Wine and Music Festival in Northern California. The same one
I was
I
just
think,
gonna say,
where
the
the
lady that
girl
fell
dropped
off
over
the-
in the bucket.
Lady?
Okay, race.
This one, I have no idea why she's. Well, there's a baboon at the festival,
Of course. What
and
says
for some
wine
reason,
in,
she's standing with the baboon named Mickey.
what says wine in Northern California more than baboons?
Then, a few seconds into the report, Mickey decided to get himself some titty.
It's the goddamn Catalina wine
Ooh.
mixer.
The baboon shit. Whoa!
He's trying to
Go,
help feel a little
baboon!
bit.
Puts his hand on her
We're
shoulder
gonna
and goes
be,
right in
talking
for
a
a
little bit
handful.
about the Lodi Grape Festival that is happening.
still got it?
this
Oh, yeah,
weekend
the whole
starting
time
today.
he's cupping
We'll
it.
The
learn more
cameraman
about
zooms in
baboons actually love grapes.
the baboon is smiling.
Which is
the
great
whole
because my
time.
nipples are hard and feels like little grapes.
And that thing, those teeth.
What?
Oh, man.
She
On
let
the
him.
baboon.
You should see the teeth on.
She let him go in.
Yeah.
No, he's
He started.
smiling
Oh,
and
he's smiling,
he's
but
all
he's going
teeth.
in boobies though. He's going to
yeah.
bite him.
One hand,
Well, I'm
on, one
looking
hand
at-
on her shoulder, the other hand just firmly right in the middle.
Nice.
I'm Brady Bogan, and that's your Wild Wild World.
Yes, I understand it. They love grapes, which makes me regret not getting the boob job. How about that? Yeah, you play with a baboon with big teeth, though. Again, I just don't understand how arrogant people are. And then they'll kill the baboon when it starts doing baboon stuff.
She actually opens up, shakes hands with the baboon, and that opened the door. We're friends now, right?
Yeah.
I want to be a little more than friends.
Because the baboon got the handshake, you know.
Yeah.
In my culture, it's the same. No, if he didn't get fed unless he learned how to touch humans and do what we do. We make him just like us, and it's funny to everybody. And then he acts like a baboon, and it's like, oh, he's scary. Horrifying baboon. I root for the baboon to eat the news person. I really do.
You should see the
You
teeth on this. I'm
toy
surprised
around
he
with
doesn't.
those things, and I root for the baboon to just go, now's my time to shine. You teach me to shake hands and wear pants. I'm going to kill your news lady, and I'm going to do it live. And I want to see it because I just can't stand the arrogance of people with that.
Speaking of killing, to go back to your drug method, here's a couple of pictures for you for your PSA for crocodile.
These are crocodile people?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah. I think you,
Ah, it takes it to the
I
bone.
think
It
you
eats.
call that sloughing off.
Is this real?
Yeah.
And it's been in Scottsdale. Some Scottsdale douche over at the Mint
Yep.
is handing this stuff out.
Exactly.
Is this a first? Oh, this girl with her bones showing.
She's in Russia, so she's done anyway.
But she is already a meth head.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So don't do it.
And then the guy, yeah.
Yeah, we get it, Brady. Stop.
That's white
Oh
lines
my
for anyone.
God.
Yeah.
White lines is safe, Brady. Do white lines. Don't do this stuff.
Crocodile.
Crocodile.
Through my...
Bass. Treble. Bass. I had to adjust the sound before he started telling you not to do drugs. Some guy said, yeah, John, you just changed my mind on my church. He emailed me. They got locks all over that thing. I'm no longer going to go there. What kind of God can't guard his own crap? How am I supposed to have faith in him if he's got to lock up his house? Welcome aboard.
a great point.
Glad I could change the mindset. I'm evangelizing.
Because
I evangelized. I got you off the God train. I feel good about that.
he's going over there a lot. You're going, how come you're closed?
Yeah, why are
I
your
want to
doors
hang
shut?
out there. I never really went to my church too often after hours.
They're actually, it's called Crocodile, according to the...
Is it crocodile?
yeah. People are like saying it's not
Krokkodil.
crocodile. That's what they said. Crocodile. I don't know. I'm getting emails.
I like
Either
it.
way, crocodile does that to your skin. Anyway, don't do that. Have Steve-O come in he'll come in here in a second. Steve-O's going to come in and give
Maybe
you a
he's
little
tried it.
PSA on crocodile. Would he have done it? We'll find out.
He's been to
but
Russia,
Was
hasn't
he
he?
so busted out on stuff at one point or another that would have been optional?
Oh my God.
If somebody came in with the crocodile and said, here, try this, Steve-O. It's good, and like there's an off chance it might eat your skin off.
And those people, you know, she's not the only one. You know, there's a guy next to her that had it before her.
Yeah.
And she saw the results and went,
But is it
I'm still gonna
immediate?
give it.
It's
I don't
not the
know.
first time you do it. It's like meth,
All right, yeah,
right?
maybe you're right.
Like a bad mix will do it. It eats your skin off
You're
to
going
the
deep.
bone. How good is that high? God, I'm curious now. It's got to feel great for that to be the risk you're willing to take. I'm going to let some teenagers figure that out first and then go on Maury and tell me how it was before I make my final choice. There you go. That's your Brady Report. Man, just lace all the drugs with stuff like this and make the druggies go away. We'll have a better society that way. And there you go.